And they have all these questions about like, how did you start learning Korean? Why did you come to Korea? What do you think of Korean food? How do you like Korea? Do you want to come back? Are you gonna stay here? Do you want to marry a Korean boy? Literally, I had a taxi driver ask me that question one time.
Taxi driver?
Yeah, a taxi.
Hey guys, so before you jump into this video, I wanted to offer some context, some disclaimers to ensure that you understand what the heck is going on in this video. Because if you haven't been here very long, I think you would get really confused. Like really confused. And considering that the majority of you have joined this family within the past 10 months, that means the majority of you would get confused. Also, welcome. Hi. So the first disclaimer I wanted to give is that this video was filmed in like late 2019, early 2020, meaning everything that Kathy and I said in regard to like expected travel expenses, methods of travel, attitudes of Korean people towards foreign residents come with the perspective of pre-panini. Okay? So if it all sounds like when we talk about things that like just don't make sense given what everybody knows now, that's why. The second thing I wanted to mention is because I was editing on an old edit, this is a Frankenstein YouTube baby, meaning it is like a 2020 Natalia era edit with some 2021 Natalia edits. Honestly, I think this video is really funny, and I do think you guys will like it if you're willing to give it a chance. Also, it was a different era for Natalia, which you will understand in un momentito when you see.
안녕하세, 안녕하세요, hey you, it's Natalia. And I'm here with my friend Kitty. Kitty. Today, Kathy and I are going to be answering some frequently asked questions about living in Korea that you guys ask me all the time on Instagram and in the comment section. So as you guys know or may not know, I studied abroad in Korea for a year, and Kathy studied there for a year and a half. So I feel like we can give some good opinions or some answers to your questions all in one place.
Yes.
Yes. So today's video is in collaboration with VT Cosmetics. They sent me some lovely BTS hand creams that we're gonna be trying out today. So Kathy's going to lend me some of her skin. So we're gonna be trying them as we answer some of these questions for you guys. So let's go. Go.
Let's go.
Go.
Okay, pink. Oh. Okay, this is musk. This is V's lotion.
It says the concept is musk, dark, and amber.
Right.
Woody with floral scent.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. So our first question, and it's probably the question that at least I get asked the most, is what were your biggest culture shocks, Kathy?
Oh my gosh. Like, I love traveling, so I feel like there's not so many culture shocks that were like negative per se, but the fact that they use itty bitty baby towels.
Oh! Okay, so basically what Kathy's saying, so when you go to Korea, you'll notice that all the bath towels, they're not bath towels like US, like like you wrap your body in after you get out of the pool. They're like the kind that you like wash your face with.
Yeah!
But those are like, that's it.
You
long hair? Use 5. Like,
or cut your hair.
That's true.
It wasn't, yeah, because I went to stay with my friend, and I was like, I need a towel, and she hands me this itty bitty baby face towel. I was like, okay, well, what about the rest of my body?
Yeah, I remember I brought my own towel when I was studying abroad.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you know that that was going to happen?
I think I did. I think I had watched some YouTube video where like some YouTuber was like, dang your own towels because da 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 da, and I was like, oh snap.
That was a good idea.
So
she watched YouTube videos before going. She was prepared.
So I'm gonna try citrus because this one is J-Hope's. So the product description that they sent me says that it's supposed to be sweet and fruity and have like mandarin scents to it. So let's try this. I already tried this one time, but I forgot what it smelled like. Wait, would you wear that one on a date, the musk one?
I would. It smells mature. And I'm like, did she know it was going to smell mature?
I don't know. It smells like an old, it smells like an old lady. Okay, so Kathy would wear the musk on a date. I would not. I would not wear that on a date.
Oh, okay. Well, I also haven't smelled the other things, so this isn't my #1 choice made.
You're like, hold
we'll get
up.
there.
She's like, wait, hold up, don't judge me. I think my biggest culture shock? We're gonna go with trash. I feel like trash is a good one. The fact that, okay, so you have to separate out your trash. And so when we were at university, I never noticed it that much.
Yeah.
Because they would do that for it. It was simply like trash and recyclables, and then they would go through it. The little ajumas, the harmonies would like go through it, and like cans, bottles, da 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 da. So like I never had to do anything. It wasn't until like we were traveling, like Airbnb style, that I was, oh my god, I have to like food waste, plastic, like styrofoam, like cardboard,
So
like this, and this. Like if you don't know, the first time you go out to the trash bin, like you're like, you want me to touch my trash? like you have to separate it there if you don't know ahead of time and separate it beforehand. Right now it's about 9 a.m. So Jasmine, what did we just do?
We went to go take out the trash and we didn't separate it before, and I've never done it before, so we struggled.
Yeah, well,
It's not gross.
and it just always stresses me out.
Yeah.
Like now I know, and it's a good thing they're doing that, but like it stresses me out.
Sometimes I would just carry it around because I didn't want to throw away the wrong thing at the restaurant, so I just like take it with me.
Oh no, Candy!
Until I find like a suitable trash can
Or a light pole.
Oh.
You look at me like, what the heck?
So I would like to take a moment to expand on this because I didn't do it in the video, and if you've never traveled to Korea, you might not know what I'm talking about. But as clean as Korea looks on screen, that is not reality, unfortunately. There is a lack of public trash cans in Korea. I don't know why. You can ask a Korean and they will also tell you they don't know why, and they find it very frustrating. It's honestly gotten to the point where people are using light poles as trash cans. And I don't mean there's one discarded cup, one discarded bag. I mean there's like a mountain. I mean there are so many people leaving stuff there. And I remember when I was studying abroad, I thought it was odd, but when my Korean friends would say like nonchalantly, oh, just leave it right there at the light pole, I was like, okay, when in Rome, do as the Romans, you know.
There you go, guys.
So that's
Not
what we did.
can.
And it actually is illegal. I've learned that relatively recently. This is an issue that you would have to deal with when you go to Korea, if you go to Korea.
I mean, don't start your own light pole, but like,
Don't start.
yeah.
Who started this light pole?
We did not authorize this light pole as a pickup location.
How's this one?
I don't know if I'd wear it on a date.
Let me see.
It's definitely fruity, but I wouldn't say citrus.
Not citrus.
It's fruity, but I wouldn't say
No.
citrus. You say citrus.
No, I didn't.
I heard
I didn't even say anything.
I heard citrus.
Oh,
No.
did I? Oh, that was a question. It doesn't smell citrusy, but it smells.
I was like, I went like that, like as if it were freaking like emulsion.
I know, right? Pat it in. This is fun. Like you don't know who you're gonna get. It's like you're getting the actual boy.
Oh, oh my god. Wait, which one did you get?
Ocean.
Yeah, it's Jungkook. So that one says a scent that reminds you of the ocean on a refreshing and bright summer day. So the next question is, how hard would you say it is to communicate with others, like in travel, like in a tourist kind of situation, if you don't speak Korean?
Maybe I would get lucky, but my first semester when I didn't speak Korean, I would just go up to people and be like, 안녕하세요? And then they'd be like, yeah, I do, and then like show me on the map wherever I need to go, or tell me which subway to take. If you ask the younger people, they usually know at least some English.
Yeah. I feel like it's not that hard. I mean, I'm kind of biased because I went over there speaking some Korean already, but I feel like it wasn't that hard because my cousin Jaslyn and our friend Karina, they went out by themselves one day, and they went around like taking subways and like walking around and stuff by themselves just fine.
I didn't think I was gonna come outside because I was kind of nervous to walk around everywhere, but I didn't want to just stay up in the Airbnb just because of the language barrier. I'm happy I did it because there's some really cute spaces here. I wish I was staying here longer. For example, look how beautiful this is. Oh my god, I love all the colors. I'm gonna wake up Natalia early so she can come take me a picture here. It's gonna be super cute, just wait. I did it, y'all. I got my food. Luckily, the guy spoke English. Not very, like, well, but it was still really cute, and I'm really happy because now I have food and sweet bread, so I got my snacks.
And my parents, every time they got lost when they were there, somebody randomly came up to them and was like, do you need help?
Really?
Yeah.
How
even in
friendly.
Onyang. Yeah, even in
Onyang?
Even in Onyang is like near our school, which is like a really small town.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in Onyang, some girl came up to them and was like, do you need help?
Well, I guess if you just walk around looking confused and lost, people would like pick you up like a puppy. This one also smells mature.
Oh, that's really strong.
Yeah? Nothing smells strong after smelling the citrus.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try one that says Vert. According to the product description, this one is Shugas, and it's a green, mossy green. A cool scent of natural spices that have a natural freshness. Okay. I feel like this is gonna be manly because all the pictures look manly.
Yeah. Look at that fire.
So what do you miss most about Korea?
Oh, I didn't even drink that much when I was in Korea.
Yeah, you didn't.
But then like the few times that I did, and then I came back to the US, and then thinking back on how fun those things were, I love going out to like Jijimi. And like I feel like they organize a lot of like ways to meet up with new people. Like they really like mingling over there. And over here it's like where if you're in an organization then you meet, or like if you have like a reason to meet, you meet. But over there they like to purposefully mix people around, and they would do the banting. Banting is, so we would like live in the dormitories, and there would be girl dormitories and then boy dormitories, and then like the suites in each one would meet together and like go drinking or like go get dinner.
I love those. Those were so fun.
They're really fun.
They're fun because everybody's awkward. So they make you sit boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. And then it's like the most awkward moment of your life when it starts. And then by the end, everyone's like, oh my God, karaoke. Hey, burgers. Let's go. I'm hungry.
Burgers.
You're like, let's go.
Yes.
Like, because everyone's like, oh my God. And then you're like, oh, I have to go back to the dorm. It closes in like 10 minutes. And then everyone has to run up the hill. At least at our school, there was a hill. So you had to like run up. And, oh my God. Oh my God. But you're all running together, so it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that was so fun.
I miss the safety the most. Like I never had to worry about whether I was in a bad area. I never had to worry about like if something was gonna happen to me if I like walked alone in the dark. I never had to worry about like leaving my things somewhere and like walking away. Like I feel really safe in the US. I mean, I'm American, so I kind of like grew up knowing like what to do and what not to do. But like if I'm at Starbucks, it can be in a really well off area, but I'm still feel really like nervous about leaving my laptop there when I have to go to use the restroom. But in Korea it's like, oh, this cafe is 5 floors, the restroom's on the 5th, I'm on the 2nd, it's fine. I'll go upstairs, come back. I'm not even like, oh my gosh, is my stuff still there? It's like, obviously it's gonna
Still
be there.
Perfectly.
Yeah, like people will leave the cafe to go get something and come back. I've seen them do that. How would someone who's not in college make friends in Korea, do you think?
Ooh.
I feel like that's really hard because I was never in that situation.
Yeah, I was never really in that situation.
Like I made friends at church by going to church, and it just happened that they had a very active like youth group there, like young adult group, and the priest was very like, hi, come join our group, oh my gosh. So if either he hadn't have done that, or if the youth group wasn't so like
Welcoming?
Yeah, then that probably wouldn't have happened. So even if they were all there, it probably wouldn't have happened.
Priest was so lit.
He was so lit. Cracks me up. He's so funny.
네, 담배 피러 가지 이 새끼들 담배 피러 가지. 나도. 세퍼레이트 파워. 세퍼레이트 파워.
내가 제 2의 시어머니로 제니언이 오케이.
Oh, I think this one's gin. It's
Really?
cotton. Yeah. If that one should smell nice. I'll try
Packing
that one.
hand.
So it's soft and warm, smooth fibers, and floral scents. Romantic and clean cotton.
Ooh.
Okay, but making friends outside of that, I feel like you'd have to do some kind of language meetup that you find online, or meet people via Instagram. So like if you're in the study gram community, I feel like you can find people that are like residing in Korea that like you can meet up with. In terms of like if you're an English teacher there, we were talking about like making friends that are like Koreans, but that's gonna be kind of challenging.
There's this thing called GSM. Do you know about it? GSM. I forgot what it stands for, but it's a language meetup exchange thing.
Oh, there you go. There's one.
You can look it up. They like have parties on boats, and it it's like really fancy. They rent out like convention centers, and it's not expensive either. But yeah,
I was like, boats?
yeah, they'll rent out
bougie.
boats. Yeah, kind of bougie. Yeah, and like people dress up and stuff like that.
I feel like in that situation you have to be like very, not necessarily you have to be extroverted, but you have to take on some extroverted tendencies to like put yourself out there and go talk to people. Would you wear it on a date?
Yes.
It's nice.
I said yes to everything.
That one's nice. I like that
this
one.
This is nice. This one also smells mature.
Jin is mature.
Is he?
I don't know. He was, stop it. S-T-O-P. Have you not seen that clip?
No.
She's not army. That's why she doesn't know. Forgive her.
Sorry, but their lotion smell good.
S-T-O-P. I-T.
Okay, so I'm going to try Namjoon's because Kathy forced it on me, called Boys.
Wee.
Woody, warm, elegant. Oh, it says it right here. LOL. Lavender, has cedar wood. Fragrance, in terms of fragrance. I feel like it's gonna smell manly. Like I'm a little...
You're getting all the manly ones.
No! J-Hope's was a manly. I got the rap line. How accessible is Korea for those who are in wheelchairs or walk with a cane? I get this question a lot.
Really?
Alright, Namjoon, you smell like a boy. So I would not wear it on a date. He can wear it on a date.
I'm telling you, you're getting all the boy ones. Rap line.
Rap line. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of hills and a lot of stairs in Korea. So if you're on a cane, I don't think you'll have too much difficulty getting around because you can get on the escalator and you can get on the elevator and you can like step into a train. You might get tired, so definitely plan to take breaks and stuff, which there are cafes everywhere, so it should be easy to find like a place to sit if you were willing to go in and like pay for like a coffee or something. But for a mobile wheelchair, I think you would definitely have to plan all of that out like ahead of time. Like maybe like potentially get a car or something, because I don't think public transportation would be the easiest way, because even after like you come out of the subway stop, you're still gonna have to walk a lot and stuff. So I would just do a lot of research.
And just thinking about how like the many times where we went back to the US or like went to other countries, I would have to like lug my huge suitcase around, and I would just think about how like it'd be nicer if like some of these subways had like better elevators, because a lot of them do have them, but I remember like lugging my huge suitcase up a bunch of stairs half of the time. Yeah, little me doing that by myself.
Yeah, Justine had to carry mine one time because I couldn't do it.
Were you sick?
No, it was heavy. No, we were coming down some stairs at Yongsan Station, and it was like when we were going to the airport. So it was like 50 pounds, and I could not do like the little steps. Because the elevator was on the other side of the station, and we didn't realize that. And we're like, no, we're gonna be big girls and go down the subway like steps. And
that's another thing. Like sometimes they have different entrances, and then you have to go to a whole different entrance in order to use the elevator.
Yeah.
I remember thinking like as I was going up the long stairs, like maybe a boy will see me and come help.
No.
Nobody helped.
No K-drama moments.
No K-drama
They're like,
moments.
oh, sucks.
Well, they did it for me in France.
That's nice.
F drama.
French dramas. I feel like most Korean boys, they'd be like, oh, she's taking so long, I need to go around her. I feel like most boys would do that. They'd be like, that looks heavy.
I know, sex for her.
Yeah. Okay, what's your last one?
This one is, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Where'd it go? I don't even read it.
Poudre. Portrait?
It's French. I don't know. I assume it's French. I have no idea. That's Jimin! So it's supposed to be vanilla powder, like vanilla scents, basically. Sweet and powdery scent with a vanilla base. Alright, so the next question is, how do Koreans treat people from other countries, or how do they treat foreigners? I don't think I've ever been treated illy because I was not Korean. Especially once they found out I could speak Korean. Like, they were just like, oh my gosh! And then they have all these questions about like, how did you start learning Korean? Why did you come to Korea? What do you think of Korean food? How do you like Korea? Do you want to come back? Are you gonna stay here? Do you want to marry a Korean boy? Literally, I had a taxi driver ask me that question one time.
Taxi driver?
Yeah, a taxi driver in Busan. He was so funny. Like, he was driving us to where we were going, and he's like showing us all these places, like, this is a popular school, and like on our way there. Like, he became a little tour guide of a taxi man.
What?
And yeah, he was so funny. And he was like, oh, he was asking me like, oh, do you have a Korean boyfriend? I was like, no. And he was like, why not? You need to marry a Korean boy and then you just stay in Korea and have Korean kids that speak Korean. And I was like, yeah, he went off.
Planning out your life.
Yeah, and I was like, what? He's like, you speak Korean, you're basically Korean, you're already here, there's no point for you to go back to the US. And I was like, what is happening?
Probably has a son.
I mean, there's times where like you can't do certain things because you're not Korean. Like there are like clubs that you can't go into because you're not Korean. But it's not like
I didn't know that.
See, I'd heard about it on YouTube and then it happened to me and I was like, oh, okay. It's not because you personally did something, it's because somebody at some point did something crazy. So can't really fight them on it because then you're gonna look crazy.
Let me in this club.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. But other than that, I've never had anything.
And I've noticed that sometimes, like, if I'll be hanging out with an American friend or like a foreigner friend and they don't really speak Korean, then the Korean people that we're with will actually like try to cater to them more. They'll be like, they'll like speak really slow English. Like they could easily just like have a conversation with me if they want and like 편하게 just like say whatever they want or like ask any kinds of questions in Korean with me. But it's almost like, yeah, they want to give more attention to the person that's like new to Korea.
They will baby you.
They will baby you.
They get like, we will show you our country, and they're like holding you and they're, this is our country. But you're like 18. You're like 25. Na, na, na.
Can you eat kimchi?
Yeah, you're really like excited.
Yeah.
So no.
Take care of the foreigner.
Hello, it's me again, here to remind you that this was filmed before everything. I think I can speak for Kathy in this when I say that if we were to answer this question today, our responses would be different. While yes, all that great stuff did happen, and honestly, we really did answer that question very, very, very honestly at the time. But given what has happened over the past year and a half, there's definitely some negative things that needed to be added to this response. I will not go into detail in this video. I will leave it for the next time we answer this question or I answer this question. But I did want to acknowledge that there are some negative things that cannot be overlooked in regards to xenophobic statements and treatment of foreign nationals within Korea during this hard time for everyone. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in there.
We ran out of lotion.
This one also smells like lipstick. Car mix. I like the ocean one and the cotton one the most. These
so
two.
Jin and Jungkook, but out of mine, I mean J-Hope's was nice, but it was really strong. So maybe like Suga's. I think I like Suga's the most because I really could not smell Namjoon's. Like it was there, but like barely. Like as if I had like worn it this morning and then it's like evening and now I can't really tell. So let's keep answering some questions. How easy is it to find vegetarian products in Korea? Like if you can't eat meat, how easy would you say it is?
I feel like it's not hard because you can go to a grocery store or you can just like get like kimbap or stuff like that. But I think the hard thing would be that
when you're socializing.
Yeah, everyone likes to go out for gogi. Everyone wants to eat samgyeopsal and drink.
I feel like they want to go out for chicken and beer, or they want to go something like meat, especially if you're in like a situation where you're like working, then for your hishik, everyone's gonna want something expensive, and what's expensive? Meat. So like in terms of socializing, it's gonna be kind of difficult, I think. But I know there's like obviously like vegan places and vegetarian places, because like Megan Bowen, she's a popular like living in Korea YouTuber. She's vegan and she like goes out to all these beautiful restaurants in Korea being like, guys, check out this veggie burger and check out this and so obviously there's places if you can like look them up and do the research and find them, but I don't think you're gonna find them just like walking around like aimlessly not having planned where you were gonna eat. Yeah, and you like if you have like a specific restriction, like I can't have pork or something, you can actually ask them to take it out. I've had to do that for a friend before.
Oh.
In Hongdae, she was Muslim, so we had to take out a specific meat, and I just asked. I told them she had an allergy because I didn't know the word for like religion and stuff, so I just said she had an allergy and she couldn't eat it, and they were like, oh, okay, and so they just took it out. So the next question is, how much money do I need to travel in Korea for 2 weeks? I feel like it depends on how bougie you're gonna be.
Yeah, and it depends on how many places you want to go, because the KTX fees can start to like get
they're expensive.
I can breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're nothing like Japan. Japan's super expensive.
Oh,
like they add up. And it depends on like, are you gonna stay in a hotel or an Airbnb or a hostel? Personally, I like Airbnbs over the hotels simply because they're cheaper, and like I said, I feel really safe in Korea, so I never feel like I have to be worried about, is it in a safe neighborhood, is it X, Y, and Z? So I feel really comfortable staying with Airbnb. So it's like that cuts my travel costs like in half, just right there. Because now where I spent like 2 days for like, the cost for staying in an Airbnb for 2 nights is like 1 night in a hotel. So it's like, it saves a lot of money there.
Yeah, and I've always stayed in hostels. Because I've always been a student, so like we'd go places for the weekend.
Oh yeah.
So
when I was a student, we only did hostels. Always.
Yeah. So I've never had experience with Airbnbs or hotels, but I like the hostels I stayed at. It was like everything I needed. Just a place to stay.
Safe. I never went to a hostel in Korea where I felt like in danger.
And I was actually impressed by a couple of them because they would have like everything you need, and they're like really clean.
Super clean. Like the only thing is like you couldn't have like a big luggage. So like if you're staying long term, you might want to like contact the hostel ahead of time and ask them if they're gonna have space for your big luggage. Assuming you're not okay with leaving it under like your bed or like out where anyone in your little room can like go into it.
So what would you say, like
price wise? So I was there during Thanksgiving and the first week of December, and I would say maybe like $2,500, $3,000, depending on how much you're gonna spend and how much your flight is. Like if you get Korean Air direct flight, like that's gonna be $1,000 up right there. But if you take like a more of a budget airline, then you can find something for cheaper, like $800.
But like not considering the flight, how much do you think you could spend in like 1 week?
I could easily spend $1,000 in 1 week in Korea, for sure. Like if I'm buying clothes and cosmetics and plushies or like any little like souvenir stuff, as well as doing attractions, and assuming I'm only staying in Seoul, I could easily spend $1,000.
Natalia's being stupid.
I want it. It's so fluffy.
I told her not to get it.
It's like 32,000 won.
I don't think it's worth it.
I think it's worth it. I'm more concerned about how I'm gonna get it home than how much it is.
Do you need it? Do you not have pillows at home?
It's not the same quality. They're not as cute. They're not as soft. And they're not from Korea.
How many things have you bought from Korea?
Not enough. You can never take enough Korea home.
I don't think I spend as much now because it's not as new, so I'm not like, I'm never gonna be here again, buys everything.
Yeah.
So like, oh my gosh, I spent so much money my first year there.
Dang.
During my year there. So much money. So much money. What would you say?
So like cut out the
Flight?
cut out the flight and cut out the souvenirs. I don't really buy souvenirs anymore. And I like to shop for clothes, but other than that, I don't think I really go out of my way to like do any other kind of shopping.
Yeah.
And I think food is important. Food is very important, but food is pretty
isn't even
cheap
expensive
over there. Yeah, so honestly, like if you really tried hard enough, you could do like 500 a week.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think most of my money honestly went to cafes, because Jasmine and I would go to like 2 or 3 cafes a day.
That's right.
So like I was
and
spending
cafes aren't that cheap. It's like
the cost of a meal.
yeah, I know, it hurts because then they have those really cute desserts and you have to get it something sweet with your coffee.
Yeah, especially like because Jasmine is an Instagrammer, so we have to have cute things for her to take her pictures with. So it was like every cafe we went to was like a pretty drink with a pretty food item, and so like I'm spending way more money on cafes than anything else.
But it's the experience.
Yeah, and we got cute pictures. So
And cute pictures.
So you have to kind of determine like how are you gonna stay there? Like hostel, Airbnb, hotel. Then how are you gonna get there? Like, are you gonna take a direct flight? Are you gonna have layovers? Like, what airline are you gonna take? That's a big factor. And then what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do tons of touristy stuff? Are you gonna mainly just like go to a ton of cafes? Like, decide how much you're gonna spend.
Just
in
walk
that way.
around and be in the Korean ambience. Because there's a lot of free stuff you can do. Like,
Oh yeah,
Namsan.
totally. Totally, yeah.
So many free things.
To be honest, I feel like the touristy stuff isn't even expensive.
Yeah, Gyeongbokgung is like
$3.
$5. Yeah, $3.
Yeah.
Oh, it's free if you wear a hanbok.
Which is gonna cost you more than getting in.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be like
But then you look pretty.
And you look cute.
Me and her haven't really hung out in Korea yet. Like, it's so crazy that we have like the similar experiences.
Because we weren't friends.
She loves talking about how we were not friends. No,
it's
but
true.
I know, but it's just
Because everyone just assumes we were best friends in Korea. And we weren't. I was like, there's Kathy.
No, there's Natalia. Yeah. I don't. We ate at Kimbap Nara one time.
Did we?
Yeah, at
When?
the beginning of the semester. You like made an Aggie reunion.
Did I?
You were like, everyone, let's go eat at Kimbap Nara.
I have no recollection.
You even sent me a video before I got there.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, she was very helpful before I got there because she was there for a semester before I went.
Yeah. Because Zach was really helpful to me.
So kudos all.
Yeah.
Pass it down. Pass it back.
Okay, so we haven't finished answering all the questions, but we're gonna go ahead and end the video here because we ran out of lotions and now we just smell really funny. I smell like a man with citrus, and you smell like
Mature.
mature. It makes a different maturity levels. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Tell me bye, you guys.
Bye.